In November 1914, a force of 20,000 men departed Australia to join Britain in the fight against the German Empire. Known as the Australian Imperial Force, the AIF, the troops saw action at the Suez Canal and Gallipoli. During the Great War, over 420,000 Australians served in the military. Over 60,000 lost their lives, with a further 137,000 wounded, one of the British Empire's highest casualty rates. In June 1916, John Henry Wesley from Rye Park, New South Wales, enlisted. The 24-year-old was sent to Europe with the 56th Battalion. Before he left Rye Park, the local residents presented Private Wesley with a Swiss-made silver wristwatch, inscribed with his name and unit number. After arriving in England on the Ascanius troop carrier, Private Wesley passed through the town of Folkestone in 1917, heading down what is now known as the Road of Remembrance to the harbour to embark on the ships that carried the troops past the lighthouse and onto France and the Western Front. On the 31st of August 1918, Private John Henry Wesley found himself at the Battle of Mont Quentin with the 19th Australian Infantry Battalion. This was the Germans' last stronghold overlooking the town of Peronne and key to the defence of the Somme line. This operation is regarded as one of Australia's finest achievements in the war. The attack began at 5 AM and involved an uphill fight for the troops across very open ground. It was during this attack where Private Wesley saw his last action of the war. Exposed on the right flank, his party came under attack by German troops throwing grenades. Private Wesley ran forward with absolute fearlessness, and with accurate throwing he demoralised the enemy. Establishing a block in the trench, he then guarded the position continuously alone for 24 hours, beating off several counterattacks with heavy loss to the enemy. During this heroic action, Private Wesley was shot through the right knee and ankle. He was treated by the 6th Australian Field Ambulance before being shipped onto a hospital in Rouen and then back to England. On recovery, he was sent to the Australian headquarters at Weymouth before being discharged and returning to Australia in 1919. For his actions at Mont Quentin, John Wesley was awarded the Military Medal, whilst being praised for his conspicuous gallantry and fearlessness. He also received the War and Victory medals. On returning to Australia, John married Eliza Darrach in 1924. Sadly, John passed away, aged 82, in 1974. He is remembered on the War Memorial back in his hometown of Rye Park. John's story doesn't end there though. It was around this time an explorer was searching an area near Ypres, where it was claimed a casualty clearance station had been in 1918. While searching the field, he came across a wristwatch. The glass and hands were gone, but on the reverse was inscribed the name John Henry Wesley and the unit number 2991. The watch had been found over 50 years since Private John Henry Wesley had lost it after being wounded at Mont Quentin. Thank you for watching.
Saw 'em all, the long and the short and the tall. Sawed all the sergeants and WW1s, sawed all the corporals and their bastard sons, for we're saying goodbye to them all. As back to their billets they crawl, you'll get no promotion this side of the ocean, so cheer up, me lads, sawed 'em all.